tune called Going Back to New Orleans, featuring some Coop drums, y'all. So let's party, last chance, y'all. Come on. Going back home, feet not into the land of the beautiful queen. Going back home to my baby. I'm going back to New Orleans. Sing her name, my parade Cousin and my mowing paw. Wanna plant my foot on Rampart Street, be there for the Mardi Gras. I've been to Cuba, South American way. I've been to Euro, Mexico is okay. Well, Longo and France, no man, I'm really so fly. But I get my kicks along the Mason Dixie line. Let me hear it now. Get some crawfish, jambalaya, red beans, and tapampernies. Going back home to my baby. I'm going back. Let me hear it. Come on. Sean O'Kelly on the sax. Sing, 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 sing. Everybody start to sing. Now you're singing with the swing. Sing, 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 sing. Everybody start to sing. And now you're singing with the swing. Let's hear Mr. Sammy K. plain gold ring on his finger he wore. It was where everyone could see. He belonged to someone, but not me. On his head was a plain gold ring. not wiser, just a little bit older. So slow that we're bound to fall over. Did the heart grow a little bit harder? Too much, too late, too far, too gone. But wasn't it kind of wonderful? Wasn't it kind of wonderful, baby? Wasn't it kind of wonderful, wonderful? You can trick, flick a switch, negative, break the circuit between us. Electricity lingers in our fingers. You can burn every fuse and refuse, turn your positive minus. Electricity lingers in our fingers. From here there is nothing but horizons. Near dawn I'm searching for the sunrise. Remember when you put the stars into my eyes? Wasn't it kind of wonderful? Wasn't it kind of wonderful? Wasn't it kind of wonderful, baby? Wasn't it kind of wonderful, wonderful? Oh, you can trick, flick a switch, negative, break the circuit between us. Electricity lingers in our fingers. You can burn every fuse and refuse, turn your positive minus. Electricity lingers in our fingers. Turn your positive minus. Electricity the circuit between us. Electricity lingers in our fingers. You can burn every fuse and refuse, turn your positive minus. Electricity lingers in our fingers.
Time to get yourself all dressed. Time to get your shiny dance shoes on, 'cause everybody's jumping at Jax. All the kids are coming down just to dig the swinging sound. You can hear the band from miles away, 'cause everybody's jumping at Jax. Here's a little well-known secret, sure as there's the sky above.
Nothing could be any sweeter
than dancing with the one you love. When life is like a sour note, here's a happy antidote. Come to where the party never ends, 'cause everybody's jumping at Jax.
Well, I chart my course on a whim, but if a river tries to stop me, I'll build my bridge across the expanse. Or I might choose to just swim and let the current drag and drop me. But I'll fly by the seat of my pants. Don't let the dunk on me. I'm an independent mover. I choose my lefts and rights at a glance. Don't need some satellite feed barking out my next maneuver. No, I just fly by the seat of my pants. Out of the box, in the moment, off the cuff, on the fringes. I delight in bolts from out of the blue. But I can feel my anger foment anytime someone impinges on my right to be spontaneous and impromptu. I keep my eye on today, 'cause though tomorrow's always coming, for today I'm given only one chance. So mark me down TBA, and while your troubled mind is numbing, I'll just be flying, I won't be crying, I'll just be flying by the seat of my pants. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah! All right. Thank you so much. Indeed, we do just kind of fly by the seat of our pants, we jazz musicians. Not all the time, but often enough. And so, how about this? Luther Hughes on the bass. How about this? Tom Zink at the piano. So excited to have players of this caliber willing to join me on this stage. Super, super fun. So we're going to be doing a mixture of, well, mostly tunes from my last 2 CDs. I try to write tunes that are fun. Some of them are serious, some of them are humorous, and an occasional standard here and there just to salt it up. And but we're going to continue on with the tune off of my first record. Is it a record now? Is it an album? We can't say CD. You say CD? I don't know what you say now. My first album, and that CD is called I Just Want to Get Paid. That's the name of the CD. Maybe we'll get to that tune later. But anyway, this one was actually inspired. I always like to do this tune when I come down this way because it was actually conceived, not too far from here at the very ritzy Balboa Bay Club, playing a little gig there. And between tunes, we happened to overhear 2 gentlemen who were standing very close. One of them was complaining about the amount of money he was having to spend for repairs to his yacht. And Tom Kubis was doing the gig, and he turned to me and he said, "Wow, man, these people do not know what the blues are at all." And I said, well, maybe they just get, thinking of Joe Williams, "Every Day I Get the Blues," I said, well, maybe they just get the blues every other day. And so then on the drive home, I started thinking about that, and here we go. So here's Every Other Day I Have the Blues, and we're going to open up the front end here with a couple 3 choruses of very angst-filled E-flat blues from Tom Zink. Who maybe, are you going to play organ on this? What are you going to do? Well, I mean, if not now, then when is the question? No, you should do whatever you want. Anyway, here's Tom Zink to set the mood, and here's Every Other Day I Have the Blues. 1, 2, 3. got so much money, more than you will ever see. But that don't mean I ain't got troubles always following me. You know it's hard to get by when you've got so much to lose. I ain't crying every day, but every other day I have the blues. One day I heard Joe Williams singing how he's always feeling blue. I pulled my Porsche off the road and shouted, brother, I'm with you. Although we live very different lives, you know we've all got to pay our dues. Yes, we do. I ain't down as much as Joe was, but every other day I have the blues. Let me tell you about this. Well, on Monday I found out my butler's asking for a raise, and Wednesday I got drunk and broke a $1,000 vase. My chef was sick on Friday and he never did appear. I had to cook for myself, and that's the second time this year. Oh, you see, my life is no pleasure cruise, 'cause every other day I got the blues. Yeah, and there's more. Well, on Sunday I played poker and I lost a couple grand. And Tuesday I played tennis, got a blister on my hand. I play the horses Thursdays and I always lose my share. But like Joe Williams said, nobody ever seems to care. You wouldn't want to walk a mile in my shoes. Nah, 'cause every other day I got the blues, yeah. Oh, I gotta sing now. Ba-ba-da-dee, boo-ba-da-da, dee-da-dee-da, doo-ba-da-da, yabba-da-ba-dum. Luther. Yes, every other day, I truly have the blues. Some days, I get so annoyed, I just have to hang my head and cry. Take, for example, the day the freight elevator in my mansion was out of order. Well, the afternoon nap was ruined by the sound of the servants clattering up and down the stairs. Then there was the day I accidentally left my Ferrari parked across the property at the stables. So by the time the valet could bring it back, I'm running a little behind. I get down to the athletic club for lunch, and the maitre d' has given away my favorite table. Today I hear from my pilot. He says my jet can't fly this weekend because it needs engine maintenance. Well, there goes my trip to Banff. I know. I could fly first class on American or something, but I gotta tell you, I can't stand those commercial airlines. Now, what would Joe say I should do about feeling blue half the time? Guess I could pack my suitcase up and just move halfway down the line. But then I'd miss my giant house with its panoramic view. Oh, I guess I'll always wonder why 3 days a week I've got to cry. But I'll just let my life roll by, and every other day I'll have the blues. Oh, it's time to let those teardrops fly. 'cause every other day I got the blow. All right. That was angst ridden. That was good. I'm glad you used the B3 patch. That was nice. Well, I want to take a second and say hello to all the folks who are streaming this gig. I'm sorry you couldn't come down here in person, but if you live in New Jersey or something, as one friend of mine I know does, I'm glad you're able to tune in. Hope you're checking out the show. Please send me an email and let me know you saw it. That way, because it's kind of hard to tell. You sort of look out, you can't see the people who are in New Jersey. And thank you to all of you folks who come down in person. It's so great to have live audiences in clubs again. We performers don't take for granted the whole thing. We used to take it for granted a little bit, now we really don't, and we very much appreciate venues like Campus JAX that continue to produce shows with live music, so it's just fantastic. We're going to do a tune of mine that is not necessarily, it's a lighthearted tune. It's a romantic ditty, I think, is what I think about. It's off the second CD of mine, the Texting and Driving album. We'll let the plane go by. It's like that was on cue. In any case, this is just a nice story about a fellow who runs across a girl and doesn't quite fall for her right away, but then realizes his error and finds a way to get to it the second time around, and it's called Henrietta. Yeah, isn't that nice? Yeah, it's a hard one. Doing all these medium swing tunes, I gotta do something else here. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, I didn't fall for Henrietta the first day I met her, making small talk for a while. Somehow her beauty, though plain to see, I was not perceiving. And only just as she was leaving did I notice something in her smile. But then one day I crossed paths again with Henrietta. I tipped my hat and got to see that smile again. And though we barely just said hello before we parted, this time around the fire started. Love hit me there and then. Her soft hello erased the pain of every tear I ever shed, repeating in my brain my new favorite melody. The thought of letting her walk away again, it filled my heart with dread. I spun round towards Henrietta and found her looking back at me. Now every day it's Henrietta, and I'm so glad the second time I got it right. I didn't see it at first glance, but fate gave me a second chance to meet Henrietta and fall in love at first sight. Tom Zink. Her soft hello erased the pain of every tear I've ever shed, repeating in my brain my new favorite melody. Well, the thought of letting her walk away again, it filled my heart with dread. I spun round towards Henrietta and found her looking back at me. Now every day it's Henrietta, and I'm so glad the second time I got it right. I didn't see it at first glance, but fate gave me a second chance to meet Henrietta. I got to meet Henrietta. Now every day I see Henrietta and fall in love at first sight. Oh, do ba da dee doo doo da do ah. All right. What was that? While Luther tunes. It's about time, Luther. I was waiting. Well, so many great stories of playing at Steamers over the years with a lot of different people. And of course, as Terence made reference to, some of you may have known of or seen Jack Sheldon. He was somebody that I played with for over 20 years, and boy, every single gig with him was just amazing. He was irreverent and obscene and the funniest person I've ever worked with, and also a consummate musician and player. I really miss him. And I was just telling Terence before we came up here that Joe Bagg, the pianist who also played a lot of those gigs, we were talking the other day on a gig, and we were agreeing that neither of us can get through a day without coming up with some little Jack Sheldon story, because he was just full of little things where he would say the thing that just you couldn't believe he said it. And so I'll tell you one quick anecdote, just in case you didn't know Jack. But we played a gig with his big band, and it was at Suzanne Summers' house in Palm Springs, and it was her husband, Alan, his birthday. And so it was a big party outdoors in this backyard, really, really ritzy and everything. And on the whole band was on the stage, and they started having toasts, and it got kind of awkward because I guess Alan didn't get along super well, apparently, with Suzanne Summers' 2 kids that she had brought into the marriage. And so the kids got up there, and they were both young adults at the time. And the one did a toast, and then she said, "Yeah, Dad, the one thing I learned in life from you is that if you want something out of life, you have to get it yourself." And everybody's, staring down at their food. And then the son got up there, and he brought email. He had printed out emails. He said, "Dad, here's something you sent me when I was 12. And he's like, or when I was 15, he's reading these emails that were a little bit harsh. And the whole audience is just starting to shrink. And the band, we're all just like, what can you do? And Jack Sheldon to the rescue. He came on the mic right after that, and he said, "Geez, Alan, it seems like your kids hate you." And everybody just went, That is the essence of Jack Sheldon, that ability to sneak in a line that nobody else could say and just pop the bubble. It was so great. We all just took a deep breath. Well, anyway, another great thing about being a jazz musician and playing all these wonderful gigs here and all over the country and the world is that you get to play jazz parties and jazz festivals, and I play with people in New York and in Europe. And there's just all these amazing players that you meet that you don't get to play with all the time, but the camaraderie is just so deep with the players. It's a different kind of a thing than just regular relationships. And I was thinking about that one night, and I started writing this tune, and this is off the Texting and Driving album, and I hope you enjoy it. What a surprise, he and I should cross paths here. Former bandmates on our way to different planes. It's so wild to hear him call my name and to see that same old smile. I'm thinking, when did we last play? I guess it's been a while, though it seems like yesterday. 1, 2, 3, ah. Hey man, what is up? I haven't seen you in forever. We start talking about the good times, traveling with a singer back in '91. And how that trip to New York with the big band was so much fun. We're trading tales of the gigs we used to play together back in town. And we laugh about the time he drove me home when my car broke down. Oh yeah. But while we stand here talking, in my mind there's a hurricane. I've got a secret that I'm trying to hide. I can't say what I'm thinking inside. Please tell me your name. I can't remember your name. I've got a beach ball spinning on the desktop in my brain. I'm going insane just trying to remember your name. Oh man. Now I got to play this awful guessing game till I remember your name. Let's see, Albert, Andrew, Alex, Ari. As we laugh and reminisce, I keep searching, but the bell never rings. I try to nonchalantly see if his name is somewhere on his things. But when he rattles off the names of my kids, the palpitations begin. I've called him dude 7 times, and now the panic is closing in. I think I'm saved when my wife walks up to say they're boarding our plane. But my troubles never seem to end. She says, introduce me to your friend. I still don't know your name. I just can't think of your name. So I just stammer and squirm while my heartburn feels just like a flame. All the images came to mind, but with no captions under the frame. Try and try, the answer's always the same. I can't remember your name. How can my brain hand me 50 little facts about you, but with your name, it's suddenly stalled? I know the color of your car from 1992. I just can't seem to remember. I can't remember what you are called. Yeah, Tom Zink. As we embrace, and I'm thinking that I'm finally gonna be home free. He says to call him on Tuesday, 'cause he's got a bunch of gigs for me. He says his number hasn't changed, but email works just as well. Then he tells me his address is just his name at AOL. I've kept up a good front, but now I see it was all in vain. I'm gonna drop down upon my knees. I got no choice but to say to him, please, please tell me your name. I'm breaking down 'cause I forgot your name. Yes, I did. It's like I'm paper mache and I'm caught standing out in the rain. I'm ready to claim my spot in the Moron Hall of Fame. What a nightmare this day became when I forgot your name. Try, the answer's always the same. I can't remember your name. I just can't remember. You know that my pride I can never reclaim. So just go ahead and tell me. Just tell me your name. Come on, come on. You know I try and I try, but I just can't remember your name. Oh no. Tony Guerrero. That's it. I can't. I feel so stupid. figured you guys know Tony. Most of you do. Tony would probably be down here hanging out, except I think he's in Seattle playing with Jane Lynch tonight. But always a pleasure to play with him. But he's so now he's immortalized on the video and everything, right? So I do keep writing tunes. Both of my CDs have come about in a very unhurried pace. I wrote for like 10 years and put out I Just Want to Get Paid in 2008, and then wrote for another 9 years and put out Texting and Driving in 2018. That's 10 years, isn't it? Oh, well, never mind. Anyway, we jazz musicians don't count so well. We just write tunes. But so I keep going, and this one is my newest thing. I've only sung it a couple of times, but I think it touches on something we've all experienced, and it just has to do with a certain way that people respond to group emails, and I'll get into the song, and I think you'll know what it is. And this, by the way, this is just piano and vocal, because I thought it was nice to do it that way. So you get to just relax. I've got to remember the beginning of this tune. When I, oh yes. For his party, all excited, Larry emailed and invited 600 people, anyone he'd call a friend. But with details he was sloppy, so he didn't use blind copy. He just CC'd everybody and hit send. When I sat down to check my messages that day, my look of horror startled everyone who saw me. I cried out loud, though I was in a small cafe, for I'd been swamped by an electric mail tsunami. 1, 2, 3, reply all. Reply all. It's such a drag that people use it preferentially, for that button has the power to potentially overwhelm my email inbox exponentially, like a wall of water 12 feet tall. Reply all. Yes, Larry's email was effective, so he realized his objective for all 600, that his message would be read. But several hundred who received it apparently believed it best to reply to every person on the thread. I was so shocked I'd never thought or even wondered, until I saw my email inbox quickly rise. How fast one email can turn into several hundred on a torrent of superfluous replies. Oh, man. 1, 2, 3, reply all. A party invite from a well-intentioned guy. Reply all. A bake sale notice that's gone horribly awry. Now each invitee has a brand new project greeting them. To quell this flash flood of replies, though no one's reading them. And they're pouring in as fast as I'm deleting them, until I'm curled up on the floor in a ball. Reply all. Back when we got paper invitations, when a party would arise with a request, répondez s'il vous plaît. Did anybody feel the need to mail out hundreds of replies to say, I can't come to the party, I'm having root canal that day? Tom Zink. This is why we write these little pauses into the song, so you can clap it. When this kind of email rages, there are 3 reply all stages. Stage number 1, 500 plus RSVPs. Stage number 2, which starts me crying, is recipients replying to each other, replying all to shoot the breeze. Stage number 3, the worst of all, is indefensible. When they start typing what goes through somebody's head, the rate of irony becomes incomprehensible. Replying all to say, remove me from this thread. Reply all, that birthday message that it seems will never lapse. Reply all, a rant of politics written in all caps. The final dagger to the heart with an impaling twist that leaves me yelling at my laptop with a flailing fist is there will be when someone copies Larry's mailing list. A flood of junk mail like Niagara Falls in clearing out 1,000 emails that I'd never want to read. I accidentally just erased the only one I really need. I'll just go bang my head against the wall, 'cause you drive me crazy, crazy. Reply all. Thank you. Tom Zink at the piano, all by himself. All right, now we'll do the next thing. Now we're going to do something fast. What am I doing? Oh, one brush and one stick. That's not going to work. We're going to do the title tune off of my second CD. The CD is called Texting and Driving. And this tune goes by kind of fast because it was written to highlight the way people drive and the fact that people frequently are looking down at their hands with their phones in their hands. So a lot of lyrics go by real fast. If you don't hear them all, I apologize. You're just going to have to buy the CD. So I do have both of my CDs here for sale. I sell them for $10 now. That's like 65 cents a tune, I think, is what it comes out to. Yeah, I know. And then add to that the ink from the Sharpie for signing it, and then now it's like, yeah, it's a bargain. So anyway, catch me after the gig if you're interested in getting one. But here's the texting song, and like I said, if it goes by too fast for you to catch the lyrics, email me and I'll send you the lyric. Yeah, text it to me while you're driving home. This starts with Luther Hughes, just sort of getting us rolling down the road. I started texting and forgot that I was steering. I jumped the curb before I noticed I was veering. But I'm due to tweet and I got something to say. So if you're crossing the street, you best get out of the way. No need to stand there looking so perplexed. I just gotta send a text. If I was looking, I would see your eyes are rolling. But you should know this isn't something I'm controlling. When I hear that tone, the knee-jerk action is clean. My hands reach for the phone, my eyes jump to the screen. Every muscle action is reflexed. I just gotta send a text. I'm driving 50 miles per hour, looking down at my hands, trying to reply to something somebody said. I guess I ran the wrong direction through a one-way intersection. But how was I supposed to know the light was red? I know I ought to pay attention to my driving. But another instant message is arriving. When my iPhone beckons, I just gotta reply. I can't wait 10 seconds, though I'll probably die in the auto wreck that happens next. I just gotta send a text. I just can't imagine doing anything at all without a phone in my hand. How could anybody try to deal with something so completely absurd? Cause every single second of the day I live in wild anticipation of my ultra cool ringtone. It's 7 random bars of music from my favorite band, always loud and distorted. And how could I go on if I could never post another shot of food that I was just about to consume? For I believe my 7 followers on Instagram would like to see a photo of my every meal. Cause everybody wants to know what's going on with me in my radical life. You seem annoyed that throughout our conversation I've been texting and I've done a little Skyping. It may seem rude of me to text while you talk, but it's okay because I'm listening to you even as I'm typing. And now they're telling me that every time I drive and use my phone, I have to use a hands-free device. I tried a few, but none of them worked. In fact, there wasn't even one that drove the car at all. So as I message in the car, he's driving right off the road. And now a cop is in my face and yelling, buddy, what's the matter with you? Well, I'm driving 50 miles per hour, looking down at my hands, trying to reply to something somebody said. I guess I ran the wrong direction through a one-way intersection, but how was I supposed to know the light was red? I know I ought to pay attention to my driving, but another instant message is arriving. When my iPhone beckons, I just gotta reply. I can't wait 10 seconds, though I'll probably die in the auto wreck that happens next. I just gotta send a text. I just gotta send a text, that's all. It's just a little tiny, I just gotta send a text. All right, Tom Zink, yeah, on the organ, and Luther Hughes, who doesn't usually get a solo on that tune, but I just felt like giving him one. well. All right. Let's go to a tune that I like this tune. I like tunes. I've always been a great admirer of the composers from the American Songbook era and really throughout music who take a concept and then find, through the course of the song, they find ways of describing it in new and different ways. And so this is one of those tunes, and I sort of had Cole Porter in mind when I wrote this tune, even though I'm sure he wouldn't agree. But anyway, this is a song that is on the Texting and Driving CD, and it just tells the story of a guy who sees a woman one time, and then she walks away, and he's just pining after her after that, and it's called I'm Forever in a Fog. Did I give you the chart that's in 4 now, or is it in 3? Okay, it'll work either way. I rewrote it this week, and I intended to give you the new one, but that's okay. Okay, that's good. Give me one chord, and I'll... One bright and sunny morning, in the blink of an eye, the most beautiful girl in the world happened by. And as she walked past me, she gave me a smile. She turned the corner and was gone. 10 little seconds I never will forget. Now I pine for this woman that I've never met. And around me this fog is streaming, and I can't stop daytime dreaming. I've just got to find her, for if I don't, well, how could I carry on? I'm trying to move through life, my brain is stuck in reverse. These clouds around my head just refuse to disperse. Each day without her love, my concentration's getting worse. I'm forever in a fog. I can't keep track of anything, it's like a disease. My car just sits at home, 'cause I can't find my keys. I'm so preoccupied, dreaming up future memories. I'm forever in a fog. It's not like me to be lost in space. I've always been Claritin clear. But I'm cast adrift, searching for her face, wishing she would reappear. Well, normal conversation has become so absurd. You try to ask me something, I don't catch a single word. I was dreaming of her laugh, and that's the only thing I heard. I'm forever in, yes, I'm forever in a fog. Well, I'm getting used to getting lost each time I go out. My GPS just keeps recalculating my route. Then I miss another turn because she's all I think about. I'm forever in a fog. I'm a socked-in airport where they've closed every gate. My thoughts have all been canceled, or at least they're running late. Except my flights of fancy, which seem to never have to wait. I'm forever in a fog. Round every corner and in every restaurant, every aisle at the grocery store. I'm always searching for the only thing I want, just to see her smile once more. Well, I dove right into love on such a foolhardy whim, but the water's misted over. I can't tell which way to swim. I can see my chance of finding her is very slim, but if we could just begin some dialogue, I wouldn't be forever in. Must I be forever in? Oh, sorry. A fog. A fog. Thank you. Tom Zink, what a great solo on a difficult set of changes. Hey, let's jump right to the, let's go to, I've Never Been in Love Before, the standard. I might come back to Clap and I Want to Prove It. I just want to do something light after that last one. I do sneak an occasional standard in to my show, even though I'm always like so eager to sing my own songs, but I also really love the great, great songs that have been written over the decades. And one of my favorites is this one from Guys and Dolls. And although I will take a sip of this before I do that, by Frank Lesser. And the song is I've Never Been in Love Before. It's one of my very favorites. But if you've ever seen the show, and I've played the show on drums a few times, there's a little song right before that that is listed as a separate song, but it really functions as a verse to I've Never Been in Love Before. So I always do this rubato front end, which is My Time of Day, and then we do I've Never Been in Love Before, and this will be a chance for us to play a song that I didn't write. All right. Whenever you're ready. My time of day is the dark time, a couple of deals before dawn, when the street belongs to the cop and the janitor with a mop, and the grocery clerks are all gone, when the smell of the rain-washed pavement comes up crisp and clean and cold, and the street lamp light fills the gutter with gold. That's my time of day, my time of day. And you're the only doll I ever wanted to share it with me, with me. One, two, three. I've never been in love before. Now all at once, it's you forevermore. I've never been in love before. I thought my heart was safe. I thought I knew the score. But this is one that's all too strange and strong. I'm full of foolish song, and out that song must pour. So please forgive this helpless daze I'm in. I've really never been in love before. Ba 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 do do do. Ba da ba ba da ba ba da ba da ba ba do do. Ba ba da da do do da 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 ba da bo bo. Fa di da di da do da da ya do da 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 da. And do da do da 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 da. Ba di da di da 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 di da 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 di da do do da 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 di da 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 da. Ba do da da do da 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 di da di da. Oh, It's you forevermore, forevermore. I've never been in love before. I thought my heart was safe. I thought I knew the score. But this is wine that's all too strange and strong. Don't you know I'm full of foolish song, and out that song must pour. So please forgive this helpless daze I'm in. I've really never been in love before. I've never been in love before. Oh, so nice. I want to take a moment again to thank everybody at Campus JAX and Terence Love for keeping this whole thing going. Tim and also Tony Guerrero, they're all involved making this whole thing work, plus our wonderful sound guy Brian, who's doing a fantastic job. And it's funny, I'm just noticing it. It's the way it always has to be, but if you know, the live stream is like a half a second later than the live thing, you know. So if you look at the screen, if you raise your hand comes up like a second and a half later. It's freaking me out a little bit. I keep looking over and then going, I'm not, oh wait, okay, I moved. I did move, all right. So I don't know, it just caught my attention in the middle of that tune. I was like, wait a minute, I hit that symbol. Oh, there it goes. So they should dim them down. No, it's all good. Well, let's do class on one. All right, we're gonna do a tune of mine that's on the Texting and Driving CD. And this is just a little bit of good-natured jazz education, the jazz education portion of the show. It's sort of an unspoken rule among players and musicians and stuff that if you're listening to a swing tune and you want to snap your fingers or clap your hands or something like that, then you do it on beats 2 and 4. 2 and 4 is where you do it. So, and if you're not sure where 2 and 4 is, you can just look at the drummer, look at the hi-hat with their foot, and that's always on, well, not always, but usually on 2 and 4. So if you're saying, you know, there's 2 and 4, so you snap on that. Now, I'm not going to make you all do it, but it's interesting because there's a certain sound to snapping or clapping on 1 and 3. I did an interview with Susan Stamberg on NPR, and she said, well, what's the problem with snapping or clapping on 1 and 3? And I said, well, it's something that's hard to describe, but all I can say is it feels like pushing a sled through sand. And like all the momentum just kind of goes away. There's something about it. So you have to just not analyze it too much. In any case, I was thinking about this, and I thought, you know, this would be a good song. That's what I thought. And so I wrote a little story song about a guy who meets a girl, and she says she knows a lot about jazz, and he takes her to a club, and he finds out she doesn't know as much about jazz as he thought. And it's called Clappin' on 1 and 3. Startlingly pretty, she told me she loved jazz. I was smitten and asked her to my favorite club. As the players took the stand, I saw them gawking. I was so thrilled to have this vixen on my arm. But now they're playing and the girl just won't stop talking. And my sense of boundless joy is quickly changing to alarm. But to keep her, my trepidation I will hide. That is, unless she does the one thing I absolutely can't abide. No, 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 no. Can't take my eyes off my baby, though I'm starting to think that jazz is mostly random notes to her ear. She talks right over the band, but then her kiss makes my concern just disappear. Sure. Although she don't get the music, her smile is so bright, there's almost nothing that could chase away me. But I won't stay if my baby starts clapping on 1 and 3. a red flag when she calls the music jazzy and hot. I try to shake it off and stay in the zone. Then she says she loves Miles. He's her very favorite on the saxophone. Oh. The way she moves keeps me swooning, so I'll simply pretend she's not singing way out of key. But I won't stay if my baby is clapping on 1 and 3. I'm so in love 'cause she looks so fine, but even I've got to draw a line. Her blue eyes I adore, but I say, please, baby, can't you clap on 2 and 4? She's even cute when she's shouting out, go, man, go! So I resist the temptation to flee, but I won't stay if my baby keeps clapping on 1 and 3. Na, na, na. She's such a beauty even when she's acting like a buffoon, like yelling anything by Ella when she can't name a tune. But this downbeat clapping, well, it just ain't right. It drags the swing field down, and it just makes her look so wild. Drive a car with all the tires flat, or play baseball with a broken bat. Something wrong with my last meal. That's how her backwards clapping is making me feel. I can't believe that I'm thinking about saying goodnight, but when jazz is listed on the marquee, I just can't stay if my baby keeps clapping on 1 and 3. No, 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 no. I can't stay with you, baby. I can't stay the way you're clapping next to me. I can't stay with you, darling. I can't stay with you, baby, if you're clapping on 1 and 3. I can't stay with you, baby. I can't stay the way you're clapping next to me. I can't stay with you, darling. I can't stay with you, baby, with you clapping on 1 and 3. No, 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 no. Ba-do, ba-do, ga-do, ga-ga. Oh, I'm going to have Luther look for a tune that I just feel inspired to sing, but let me just see if he's got the chart. In the meantime, a quick reminder that I do have the CDs for sale, so catch me afterwards. I'd be glad to. And I can take checks, I can take cash, euro, no, I don't know. Venmo, you got it? We were talking about Jack Sheldon at the beginning of this, and darn it all, especially with Terence here, I just have to sing one of my very favorite Jack Sheldon songs. It's not his song that he wrote, but it's one that he used to do, and it makes me think of him every time I sing it. It's one of my favorites, and it's a song that Frank Sinatra made famous originally, but Jack did it like Jack. And I can't do it like him, but I want to do it with just bass and vocal. We'll just keep it light and simple. And this is Don't Worry About Me. me, I'll get along. Forget about me, just be happy, my love. Let's say our little show is over, and so the story ends. Let's just call it a day, the sensible way, and still be friends. Look out for yourself should be the rule. Give your heart and your love to whoever you love. Don't be a fool. Darling, why should we cling to some fading thing that used to be? If you can't forget, hot mama, then don't you worry about me. Take half. Look out for yourself should be the rule. Give your heart and your love to whoever you love. Don't be a fool. Darling, why should we cling to some fading thing that used to be? If you can't forget, darling, don't you worry, don't you worry. Don't you worry about me. Yeah, Luther Hughes. I wanted you to know that I don't just do that with any bass player. So when you speaking of Jack Sheldon, he used to always say, you can't get rhythm like this in Bakersfield. But you show up at a little club in Iowa, and you don't take that chance. But with Luther, I just know I'm going to be safe. He's going to be fine. Let's try Personal Space at the risk of great personal injury. So I've got another newer tune. And this tune isn't so new. It was actually written before the pandemic, and it's important that you understand this because it's called Personal Space, and the song keep in mind, this is written in 2019. The song is about that person that you know, we've all known over the years, that stands like this close to you while you talk, you know, at a party or whatever. And then, you know, the pandemic came along and everything was about social distancing and we were all worried about getting sick. And so I thought, I can't do this song for like a really long time, you know, because people are going to just have the wrong idea. So I think we're at the point where maybe I can do this and you can hear it in pre-pandemic terms. So just keep that in mind as you listen to it. Anyway, but this is my second newest tune, and it's called Personal Space. Yeah, and then just remember, so you take a chorus, and then vamp for me for a little while for a drum solo. And then on my cue, we go back to the DS to take it out. You're right. We'll see how that goes. And there's two choruses of, just follow me, because I think there might be two choruses of the lyric, and I can't remember how I have the chart written out, because it's so new. Don't go. This is a cha-cha, or a rumba, or one of those. 1, 2, 3. Let it sit. You always smile as you're approaching, but then you quickly start encroaching, where close proximity makes anonymity just evaporate. It's hard for me to act complacent with you so overly adjacent. And once you're blocking me and start close talking me, I'm gonna suffocate. You keep on reaching out to poke my arm, while always inching closer still. I've backed up to the wall with growing alarm that you're a snake moving in for the kill. Give me some personal space. You've got to change your locus. We're all here listening to ya, so you don't need to poke us. You block my field of vision, but way too close to focus. And if I could, I'd only see your face. Give me some personal space. I'm not one who usually flinches, but I need more than 2 inches from you, my friend. The diner booth we're talking biz in has turned into a kind of prison. You throw an elbow jab, then reach across and grab some food off my plate. When you lean in, I nearly faint with cologne you could be thinning paint with. I feel your every breath, and I'm just scared to death your coughing won't abate. Oh, your chat with your girlfriend is disturbing and lewd on your cell phone speaker next to my seat. Your howling laughter, unbelievably rude, makes me wanna bolt out into the street. I need some personal space. I'm hyperventilating. You spilled your wine upon me with wild gesticulating. You're like some weird balloon that never stops inflating. You slap my back and now an awkward embrace. Give me some personal space. Oh, you gotta back up, you gotta back up, you gotta back up. Go, Tom. while you tell a joke that's stupid and crass. I wish the blood flow to my hand could resume. You're a bull in a china shop, a snake in the grass. You're that elephant that fills up a room. I need some personal space. This awful sight I'm viewing, your face just inches from me. You're talking while you're chewing. You clearly haven't showered, and now my mind is brewing a nasty memory I can never erase. Give me some personal space. Oh, I need some personal space from you. Thank you. That was pretty angry. That's kind of an angry song. I'm sorry to do such an angry song right at the end of the night. We should do something. Just a little happier. Well, I don't know if this is happy or not, but we're going to wrap up with. Let's do number 2. I just want to get paid. Actually, this is just another one of those complaining songs, but I'm just going to do it anyway. This is this is the title tune off of my first CD, and it tells the story of every working musician in the world. And once again, thanks so much to Campus JAX to keep this venue going with jazz, to Terence Love, to Tony Guerrero, to Tim, everybody. It's just so wonderful to have this space, and I hope they're able to keep it going. So please come out and see the acts that are here regularly because they need your support. And we're going to finish up with I Just Want to Get Paid. I'll take a chord. Wait a minute, I have to have a... You can't sing this without having a sip first. Yeah, there's a lyric about that in this song, especially because I'm the leader tonight. All right, here we go. Well, I'm a sideman musician. I've worked with every kind of band. But after all these years, there's still some things that I can never understand. Like, why do people bother clapping when they've been talking all night long? Why do they have to ask their questions in the middle of a song? But of all these things, the one I truly dread is when band leaders make me haggle just to get my bread. A 1, 2, 3, 4. I just want to get paid. You can't forget about the deal that we made. I get my money when the gig is complete. But now it's time to write checks, and you're dragging your feet. It's late, and I'm starting to fade, and I just want to get paid. I just want to get paid. I took the gig despite how badly you play. Then you made it your business to keep turning around, to give me gems of advice, how to work on my sound. I almost walked, but I stayed, because I just wanna get paid. Well, I packed my things at the end of the bash, and I've been waiting to hit the street. But when I tracked you down to get my cash, you said, just put your address on this sheet. Oh, no, I just want to get paid. Your little story just don't make the grade. Your checkbook's at home, and there's no cash here, but you've got plenty of dough to pay for all of that beer you've been sucking down like lemonade. And I just want to get paid, yes I do. things at the end of the bash, and I've been waiting to hit the street. But when I tracked you down to get my cash, you said, just put your address on this sheet. No, I just wanna get paid. Your little story just don't make the grade. Your checkbook's at home and there's no cash here, but you've got plenty of dough to pay for all of that beer you've been sucking down like lemonade. And I just wanna get paid. Well, the gig was so long and the breaks were all short, but now we played the last song, so the ball's in your court. I'm standing here jingling the keys to my car while you rap with some chick at the end of the bar. The club owner hands a stack of 20s to you, but now you need a whole week for his check to go through. And what about that tip we made? I just wanna get paid. You know I love to play my music, even if it has to be with you. I'll give you everything I've got each night, and my demands are very few. Just don't treat your side musicians like some possession that you own. Say the same thing when we're working that you told me on the phone. But still sometimes before the gig I've prayed, and I've said, Lord, please just let me get paid. Thank you. Tom Zink at the piano, Luther Hughes. I'm playing myself off.
And that's Dave Tull on drums. Dave Tull on drums. Luther Hughes again on the bass. Tom Zink on piano and keyboard. Let's hear from him one more time. Like Dave said, he's got CDs for sale. $10 for one, 20 for two, right? $10 for one, $20 for two on the CDs.
Sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's hear from one more time, folks. Thanks a lot for coming out. And I want to thank everyone that's here at Campus JAX that's helped us along, and you guys for coming out and supporting live jazz at live Steamers Jazz at Campus JAX.
Yes.
And come back next Thursday night. We have Elena Gilliam with her group, and then the following Thursday, Chris Williams. Go to campusjax.com for shows and tickets and reservations and all that stuff. And thank you all for coming out. Drive safe. See y'all later.